Hey there YouTube, it's Mr. Middle Finger. Well, it's a Corncob Tuesday, which for me is every day, and today I am smoking some Dunhill My Mixture number 965. Fancied something a bit more heavy and lactic today, rather than my usual vapors. Anyway, quite interesting, just out on a bit of a ramble for a job, checking out a woodland planting, and guy who's been having ongoing problems with deer, which is quite interesting because I've just seen a herd of probably 30 plus red deer in one of the fields right there behind me. And actually, if you can see on the ground, there's some tracks. Lots of deer tracks. There you can see that. So, I know a lot of people are kind of against the idea in principle of deer hunting. Well, I'm not a bloodthirsty character by any means. I don't agree with blood sports. I don't agree with fox hunting with hounds or any of that shit. But as someone who loves woodlands, I can tell you for a fact that deer cause a lot of damage to woodlands, especially newly planted woodlands. And this is the situation we're in at the moment. Unfortunately, in this country, the deer numbers that we have are a direct result of two things. First of all, they're a result of introduced species. There are a number of introduced species that don't belong here, that were introduced by rich people for hunting pleasure, and they would be the sika and the fallow and various other things. But the red deer that I've just seen over there behind me, well, those are native over here. But of course, in past times, we've very successfully managed to kill all of our top predators. And that's the lynx and the bear and the wolves and so on. So deer have no predators other than people, which is why we have to manage their numbers. Now, regardless of where you sit on the fence in that respect, where you sit in that argument rather, that is a fact and it is undeniable. We need to really reintroduce predators. Very interestingly, there is a recent push to try and introduce the lynx, which was originally native, and they would predate deer. So that would be a good thing. But another one of the interesting things we have a major problem with over here in this country, in our woodlands, is grey squirrels. That's the American grey squirrel. Now, also, they were introduced by rich people into their parks for their hunting pleasure. Consequently, got out of hand, and now they start fucking up British woodlands pretty much everywhere they go. It's kind of impossible to grow good quality broadleaf timber over here because of grey squirrels and because of deer damage, so these things have to be controlled. Unfortunately, it is a man-made problem, and a lot of people would consider me to be a bit of a hippie, which is possibly very true, but I'm also one that strongly believes that these things need to be controlled. So what I'm out here today is smoking my pipe and looking for the damage that these things have been doing to one chap's poor woodland. Anyway, peace you all, happy Cob Tuesday, I will see you soon.